Welcome to I Am One, where I am one with the Creator and one with myself. And as we begin this week, we're going to do a quick overview. So I have 3 cards to help us maneuver this week. The first card is the Devil, which represents the beginning of the week. The second card is the 3 of Cups, which represents your midweek. And then the Death card will represent the end of your week. So as you begin this week, as we see the Devil card here, don't be alarmed or automatically think that this is something negative, because it's not. This card is showing us that we have free will and we have choices. And as we set up our week, it's going to be our choices that help define how the week is going to end. So right away, as you're preparing to get this week going, your attitude, your choices, your mindset is going to be key. So you're either setting yourself up for success or you're setting yourself up for failure. And if you look at the 2 people underneath the devil that's sitting in the tree there, you'll see that they're bound together. But you'll notice that they're holding hands. So it's not that their hands are tied, it's that they've just decided to come together. And their hands not being tied represents that they still have free will. And while they're bound together, their success or their failure is going to be predicated on the choices that they make together to see each other through to the finish line, to see that they both meet the mark, finish strong, see their goal come to pass when all is said and done. But ultimately, it's up to them to make it happen. So set your intentions for this week. Be mindful of the choices that you make, because they will ultimately help you see what you want to manifest, or will help you see that you've missed the mark. The 3 of Cups represents your midweek. And in this card, it's giving you a heads up about who you are going to surround yourself with this week. The people that you are going to hang out with, that you're going to allow to be in your space, are they going to help you finish strong, meet your goal, see the intentions met? Or are they going to be the ones that cause you to get off track? Keep the phrase, birds of a feather flock together, in your head this week. Because those birds are either going to be like-minded like you, or those birds are going to be there to distract you. And if there are more of them than there are of you with a different agenda, you're not going to meet your goal. But you know what you've set ahead of schedule. You know what you put in place at the beginning of the week. So don't get distracted. Don't start listening to the voices that are telling you to go this way. This way is going to be the better way. This mode of thinking is going to get you there quicker. You stay on course and align yourself with those who will help you get to the finish line. Now, the Death card. This is your end of the week card, because this is going to show you got there or you didn't. It's going to help you take inventory of how things came together. And if you met your goal, celebrate and prepare for the new cycle that's going to come next week. Because it's all about rebirth. It's all about the next new. That's what death represents. Death does not represent the end. It represents the moving on to the next. This cycle is finished, and now let's move on for the next cycle. But if you didn't meet your goal this week, then just let this week pass away and get it together for next week. Again, death is about moving on to the next. It is not about the end. This week will come to an end, and it will be over, and you will not get to do this week again. That's the end of the cycle. So whether you meet the goal or you don't, it still has to pass away. You still have to get ready to move on, and you still have to be ready to create a new cycle. So it's up to you how you end the cycle. But whether you meet the goal or you don't, you still have to prepare for another cycle. It all comes down to what your inventory is going to look like when all is said and done. Is it going to show that your shelves are stocked and full and ready to go for next week? Or is it going to show that you're lacking and you've got to get a better plan in place for next week? But again, you have free will, and it all comes back to you and the decisions that you will make and put into play. And with that, peace and blessings to you all.